class, my name is Amaka Amanya, and I'm your teacher for today, which I will be taking you all on the topic, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is commonly known as UDHR. It's one of the most important documents in modern history. It was adopted in the United States General Assembly on 10th of December 1948, and it set out fundamental human rights that should be universally protected. This right applies to all people everywhere in the world, regardless of the nationality, race, gender, religion, background. The declaration contains 30 articles, each focusing on different aspects of human dignity, such as right to life, liberty, freedom of speech, right to education, right to be treated equally under the law. What makes UDHR so important is that it sets standards for the government and societies to follow. The UDHR is a global promise that every human being matters, and that everyone under the law deserve to live with dignity, respect, and freedom. Thank you.
Good day, students. My name is Aringbere Ibironke Aminat. I am your personal teacher, and I'll be explaining why the UDHR was needed. The UDHR didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was created because the world has seen and suffered unimaginable horrors. Before the declaration, there was no official global agreement that protected basic human rights. People could be silenced, imprisoned, tortured, or killed by their government with little to no consequences. An example is the NSAS protest. The Second World War especially showed how vulnerable people were when their rights were being protected. Millions of lives were lost in the Holocaust and other war crimes. After the war, there was a strong feeling among nations that this must never happen again. The world needed a shared understanding of what rights all humans should have, regardless of where they live or who governs them. That's why the UDHR was created, to remind us all of our common humanity and to set a clear, shared standard for justice, peace, and freedom. It was meant to be a foundation for a better and fairer world. Thank you.
My name is Aosika Sholuwatofumi Demilade. I am your personal teacher. So I'll be talking about what leads to the creation of the UDHR and R. The UDHR was born out of ashes of the World War II, a war that causes incredible destruction and loss of life. The horns of these wars are including genocide, forced labor, starvation, and misdisplacement. Show the world that there will have to be a better way to protect people. In 1945, after the World War ended, the United Nations was established to promote peace, cooperation, and human rights. One of the first tasks of the newly informed UN was to create a document that would set a standard for human rights around the world. Countries came together, despite their difference, to work on a declaration that would protect individuals from injustice and abuse. The aim was to build a framework that could guide society away from hatred, violence, conflict, and towards peace and equality. The UDHR was a direct response to the tragedies of the past and a hopeful step towards a better future. So with the help of the HUDR, they ensure that there is peace among the community and society. Thank you.
Good day, students. I am Aziz Saidat Ajoke, and I'm a personal teacher. Today, let's discuss about the creation of Universal Declaration of Human Rights, commonly known as HDUR. The UDHR was drafted through a global collaboration led by Eleanor Roosevelt, along with some representatives like René Kazin from France, and we also have Malik Charles from Lebanon. They debated and worked together to create a universally generally accepted document. And nearly 2 years, the UDHR was finally adopted by the United Nations General Assembly on December 10, 1948, and 48 countries in favor and non-country against. This historical moment is the first agreement that is Universal Rights Day, and since then, December 10 is being celebrated as Human Rights Day. Thank you.
Students, my name is Adioti Bisola Grace, and I'm your personal teacher for today. We are going to be talking about the importance of the UDHR today. Even though the UDHR was written more than 75 years ago, it is still incredibly relevant today. Around the world, people continue to face discrimination, violence, poverty, and injustice. The UDHR service as a powerful reminder human rights are not optional, they are essential. It has inspired over 6 human rights instruments, national constitution, law, law and international threats. These tools are used by government, courts, and human rights organizations to protect people's freedom and hold victories accountable. For example, the UDHR has influenced movement for racial justice, gender equality, and the right for of people with disabilities, the protection of refuge. It also gives everyday people a voice because it is clearly that everyone, everywhere deserves respect, freedom, and fairness. The world is not perfect, but the UDHR use a shared version of what could be, and it's not just document, it's a guide to a more just and compassionate to the world.